All right, guys, today we are going to be talking about negotiating like a champ. What do I mean by this? Actually, hold on. My throat. Negotiating like a champ, negotiating commission based on value given. This is awesome. So, what I've developed for my team is an a la carte commission, and I put it in Excel and I asked them at the listing, here's how I listen, guys. I've been able to get some 7-8% listings this way, and it's all psychological. This is something I developed myself, and I hope that you can use it for you. And you can copy my Excel spreadsheet if you want. So basically, what it is I have it saved as a commission presentation, and I leave it right on, as you can see it down here, on my desktop. So while I'm at listing appointments with my computer, this is how I present commission. So if you want a 5% listing, this is all you're getting. And I say I'll list it in my MLS, 2 MLSs I'm a part of. I'll give you a 2-minute Zillow video. I'll get you edited HD photos, put the sign in the yard, give you the directional arrow. We may do some print advertising, but that's just something the brokerage does. That's not something I do. I'll just get single photo post. No video or nothing in this, just single photo post and an MLS print off to leave in your home, seller's disclosure print off to leave in your home. So you create this, and the idea is very little for 5%. And then if they want 6% or 7%, all of this is included. Or they have the option to pick what they want and pay for it themselves. So what this does psychologically is it says, well, look at all the other stuff I could get if I listed with Sean instead of listing with the average realtor. Yes, he'll take his listing at 5%, but he's not going to spend too much time on it, and I'm not going to get anything for it. Or I can just say 6%. You can have everything up here, and then I'll do a fully edited tour for you. Okay? Or you can do 7% and you get everything here. Everything. Let me go down this for you. $200 video professionally edited tour. DJI Osmo. Notice how I use the bigger words for the sellers. They don't understand what this is, but it's a stabilizer. I show them it. Facebook Live walkthrough, 1 hour of my time. 1 minute long professionally edited promo video. Luxury brochures that cost me $85. Notice how I'm putting all the dollar amounts of what it cost me, so they can, when they look at me and they say realtors make so much money, I can say, actually, we spend a lot of money on marketing, and here's where it goes. Just listed cards, staging, $75. It's cost me $75 just to bring a professional stager in there to see what they would do. 360 virtual tour with Theta S, that cost me around $200 if I break it down. Drone footage, sometimes it's $200 to $300. Luckily, my brother's doing all of our flights now, and he's FAA licensed and certified, so he only charges us $200. But again, we don't pay that. We 9 times out of 10 get the seller to negotiate this, because look what this does psychologically. They look at all this and they say, well, I guess I'll meet you in the middle at 6. Well, great. I'll give you 6% and I'll give you everything here, but you're going to have to pay for your own drone footage because I'm not going to make too much money on this. And then I sell them on the drone footage. By the way, a lot of my clients in the recent have some of them paid me 7% and still paid for the drone video because they don't want me to own the copyrights to that, and they want to have that video for memories in the house they spent in. So this a la carte commission, or I've had some people say, okay, well, I'll do 5%, but I'm going to pay for this video. I'm going to pay for this. I'm going to pay for this. It doesn't matter. You're still getting the listing and you're saving money because you're not spending stuff that you don't need to. They're paying for it. They're writing checks to the subcontractors. Like, I want you to start thinking open-minded and strategically when you're negotiating your commission. And by the way, when you're going through and your listing's at 7 or 6% and the offer comes in low and the other buyer agent says, well, will you take lower? But we can't meet in the middle at $5,000. Why does everybody think, I'm sorry, I'm not picking on anybody that's watching this. Most of the people I deal with in my market, the 6%, well, can you drop your commission to 5? And it's like, where did 5% come from? Why do you just give away 1% of your commission? Add that up at the end of the year and think about that. What if you said, well, let's start at 5.843? Why not? Everything's negotiable. It's like, Why do you jump to give a whole percentage away? What I'm saying is you need to get really strategic about this. You can take this whole presentation a la carte. You can take this and use it and just basically do what I did. Here's what you give for 5%. We'll do 6 from here up, and then for 7%, we'll do all of it, including this. 2 different boards, and obviously 7% is the sell, right? But always, always, always sell the drone footage separately. That is the key to getting nice listings with all drone videos and keeping your bottom dollar high. Now, take 7% listing, you're still going to make some more money. But the whole goal here is even if they choose the 5%, they're paying for this out of pocket. The seller's writing you a check. And then, by the way, at closing, they're still paying you 2.5%. Or 3 if you keep 3. I've done that before. We kept 3 and give at 2.5, we've kept 3 and give, or what is that? 2, 3, and 2. Yeah, we've kept 3 and gave 2 away before. Not so much, but we've done it on some of the listings where they chose not to write us checks. So get strategic with this, because show them. Your whole goal here is to show them, hey, seller, there's a lot of money involved in this. You think realtors just pull up in Lamborghinis and we just blow money all the time and we make so much of it, and then after that, have a breakdown like this. I want to show you this. This is the Howard Hanna branded presentation. I'm not saying use this, but there's one slide in particular that I always pull up on this. Do you know, let's see, let's do this slideshow. Nope, I didn't want to do that. All right, I'm going to take you through this really quick. Yeah. You know what? There's probably an easier way to do this. That's a slide that I show. There's 3 different prices today, seller. We got the wholesale price, which is sell today. We got the retail, which average market time in our area was high at one point, over 200 days. So we got the sell today, appraised value or 5 to 10,000 under, sell in 3 months, appraised value or 5,000 more, or if you want to try your price, which is $10,000 to $20,000 more than what it's actually worth for my CMA or your appraisal, that's going to take a long time. And by the way, I'm going to need you to sign a year-long listing because I don't invest my time in a market. Would you invest all your time and effort when you know that it usually takes 8 months to sell a house and take a 6-month listing? That's just setting everybody up for failure. And by the way, there's realtors out there that will do that, but it's not me because I don't invest my time and money unless I know that I can make an investment, a return on investment on it. Does that sound crazy to you? Would you buy a stock that was worth a penny for 10 cents? No. So that's one that I show all the time. But my favorite one is this one right here. Do you know, seller, how a realtor gets paid? And the reason I throw 7% in there is because I want them to understand the difference from 7% and a 6% listing is not much. Like you're talking $2,000 to $3,000 max, and you can incentivize the buyer on the buyer broker fee by being 3.5%, or you can keep 4 and give away 3. You can get really creative with this. What I'm saying is just open your mind to this. Open your mind to negotiating like a champ, negotiating like your life depended on it. So I show them this slide all the time. If you don't know how a real estate agent gets paid, this is how it does. So let's just say for easy numbers, I sell your house for $100,000. The commission is 7%. On the listing side, we keep, you and I, and then the selling side, or I'm sorry, you and I meaning the broker and me. And then the selling side, whoever sells your house. So when I list your house and another agent sells it, sir, I'm only going to take home $1,750. By the way, when I take home $1,750, I haven't paid taxes on that yet. So if I take out 20% of that and save it for taxes, 25%, I use 30 just to make it better for the numbers. If I'm selling your house at 7%, it's still not a lot of money that's going into my pocket. So you can understand how much money I make. So you can also understand my motivation goals to sell it quicker rather than wait longer, because this is my full-time job. And that's another sell there too. So what I'm saying is there's a lot of ways you can start really thinking and negotiating like a champion. And this is one of them. The commission presentation. I really want you guys to start thinking and doing this. Let them pick. If they want to go a la carte, let them. Maybe you can even get more creative. Okay, well, I'll pay for this, but you got to pay for this. Or just put this in front of them and let them say it. But the whole goal is here is to take a 7% listing at all this. Or if you're taking a 5% listing, at least they're paying for stuff. And be confident in that. Weekly podcast. I mean, there's all kinds of things on here that they can just show them that we're working for them. So that was basically what I wanted to go over there, is negotiating like a champ. Obviously, the drone thing is really big. Let's just go over it again. So repetition, right? You can get it into your brain. You're sitting with a seller. You say, I don't take listings without drone videos because they work so well. Now, we can do this one of two ways. I can pay the drone guy, and I have the copyrights to this video. And by the way, if something between me and you doesn't work out, that's my video, and you cannot use that for marketing with your new real estate agent. Or two, you can choose to pay him directly as a subcontractor. You would own the copyrights to the video, and you'd have it for memories. By the way, a lot of my clients as of lately have been choosing this option because it's only $200 or $300, whatever it is in your market. Just say only, make it like only. So it's only a couple $100, and you would own it. You'd have the memories, and you could do it. So what do you say? Which way do you want to go? And then you ask them right then and there whenever you say that, because nobody ever says no to that. So, and then if you have to pay it, great, but you're taking it at a 6% listing. So you really have to start getting competitive and thinking outside of the box as far as negotiating in general. The a la carte commission Excel sheet is bomb. It works all the time for me. And the negotiating using price facts with current market data with a CMA. I'll do the CMA. Like I said, I'll pre-record it, send it to him, and then I'll go over it with him while I'm there. So did you understand that, seller? Did you understand that this is why the market says your house is worth this? Well, but I have an appraisal that says this. I understand that, but just like the stock market, real estate is up and down. And our current market value has put it around here. You're welcome to pay for a newer appraisal because this one's a couple years old. Maybe go there. Or let's do this. Let's meet you in the middle. I'll list at your price for 30 days, but I'm going to put it in the contract that after 30 days, you're going to come down to my price if we haven't sold that. How's that? Then I list at your price. We'll try it out. I'm not saying it's wrong, but if we don't get any showings and it's not sold in 30 days, we're going to try my price. Sound fair enough? Boom. And then you let them answer that question. Put it in the contract. Price will be reduced to this X price on X day if not under contract and pending. Have them initial it. Have you initial it. Now you've already set the tone for how you're going to be aggressive in selling their home. And by the way, the people that say no to this, don't be afraid to walk away from people because it's easier said than done, right, Sean? Like I have 25 active listings right now, so it's easy for me to go in and do that. But when I started out and I started doing that, think about it this way. Your time is your money, right? If you take an overpriced listing, you list it, you spend a bunch of time on it, you spend time, money, effort, 6 months it expires, what did you gain out of it? So if you're going to take an overpriced listing, you're telling me that you're going to sit in someone's kitchen and say, sure, I'll take it at that, and they're not willing to sign the 30-day reduction in the contract like we just talked about. At that point, I literally look right at the seller and I say, listen, I want to be as respectful as I can about this, but I'm a businessman and I don't take investments that I can't get a return on. And it looks like to me that you want me to list the house that the market says that it's worth this, and you won't be open to price reduction negotiations within 30 days. I cannot take this listing, but I know I can refer you to somebody that may be able to help you out. And like I said, it's nothing against you. It's nothing against anything that we got here. I just want to set the tone up front with you that you understand that the reason I sell as many houses as I do is because I price them competitively and compellingly. And, that's not a track that you do. It's really hard to do. I mean, it creates really awkward waves, but every time I've done this, guys, 9 times out of 10, they list with me at my price because they respect what I've told them and made it super awkward in their kitchen. I've had a couple people say, get the hell out of my house. Great. I don't want to work with a person like that anyhow. It's more of a headache. I've done it. I've listed a house for 6 months to a year, and they were just, they beat you up. They treat you like crap. And it's like, listen, I don't have time for this. With the amount of time I'm wasting on you, I could be door knocking, calling, prospecting, doing whatever I have to do, running Facebook ads, generating a new ad to bring in a buyer or seller that wants to close on a house. I do not have to be dealing with you. So this is very important. It's a very important lesson. I really want you to take this with a grain of salt, and I hope this helps you out in your negotiation, whether it be in a listing appointment or negotiating your commission. Stop giving your commission away, and when you're negotiating, be a little tough on it. There's always another answer, right? So why not start high? Don't start at 5 because they're going to come back at 4. It's the same thing when you're selling something or a business is selling something, and there's always another price, right? So keep an open mind. I hope this helps you out. And in the final lesson in the module, I cannot believe we're all through. We're probably really acquainted and best friends by now. But let's wrap this up in the final lesson of module 3. And we're going to talk about teams. If you're interested in building a team after watching this, I'm going to show you everything that we've done to build a team. And I'm going to try to get you going in the right direction to getting your own team of yourself. All right, guys.